Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the support that you've shown me for the past videos that I uploaded. If you're a return subscriber, welcome back. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new here, please do subscribe. Today I'm joined by my most favorite person in the world. I managed to convince him to come back since we did such an awesome video the other day. So today we're going to be talking about the A to Z of marriage, inspired by Pastor Kingsley's book. Yeah. Before we start, I have a question. I have an ask for you.
To me, for me.
I have an ask. How do you sleep at night, knowing that you've got such a fabulous woman, such a beautiful lady next to you? Do you pinch yourself?
No, I'm the one that married her.
But do you pinch yourself? Or
No, but I'm saying,
is this real? Am I really married to her? Okay, but anyway, so how I was gonna go is so he's gonna be addressing the ladies, and I'm gonna be addressing the guys.
well, I won't be addressing as such. I'll be giving my point of view as a
Okay.
man. I think addressing is a bit directive
Okay.
towards the intended recipients, but I'll be giving my point of view
Okay.
on the topic at hand, not
All right, not addressing.
yeah.
Okay.
I won't address anyone because I'll be giving an account of my perspective on topics based on my experience in this whole journey.
All right.
Yeah.
So we both will be addressing. I'll be addressing the males, and my husband here will be addressing the females.
Said I won't be addressing it.
Okay, you will be giving. Okay, we will be giving our point of views.
Think
to the
that's-
opposite
think
sex.
that's better.
That's better. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first letter we're gonna start with is A, right? So A is for acceptance for the males, and then do you wanna start, babe?
No, I think you
Ladies
can
first.
stay, yeah.
Okay, so A for me is for attention. So attention is like when I've got a new hairstyle, you should be the first person to notice. When I walk into the room and maybe my mood has changed, or I'm dull or I'm down, you should be the first person to notice. So give me attention, just I know that in your life I'm the Martin, I want you to make me feel like, okay, I'm the only girl in the world type of thing, You should make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world, that type of attention.
Okay, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate, but let's say the mood changes and I don't notice. Do you realize that the expectation that I should see that the mood has changed vis-a-vis you saying this and this is happening, I'm not feeling good about it, might make you feel worse because I actually didn't notice. So you'll be angry about me not noticing, and you'll be angry about the actual mood, the actual thing that changed the mood.
No, I won't be angry.
But it will
But I'm
affect
just-
your being.
But no, it won't affect my being. But I'm just saying attention. Attention is nice. It
100%.
makes-
But
yeah.
I think the example around that is where I sort of, as a man, obviously the hairstyle, like the tangible things
Yeah.
you can see, it's easy to pick up.
Okay.
But there are those subliminal things that sometimes you also hide unintentionally, expecting that the other person will see. But I don't want to deviate too much from the attention. But I'm just saying some of the stuff, it's intangible. You can't actually pick it up because of probably whatever's happening in your own space as a person. Could be work, it could be whatever. It could be business, could be whatever that's going on
Okay.
that you don't pick it up.
Okay.
But I think the attention shouldn't be confined to that. I think maybe let's spread it out a bit. Sometimes sleeping in the morning and not rushing out to do the
Yes.
day-to-days.
Yeah.
Sometimes going out first thing in the morning for coffee, or that's what I'm saying. If we shouldn't confine it to those tangible and intangible items as well. I think we should also attach the initiative that comes with wanting to spend quality time and say attention is there as well.
100%. So A is for acceptance.
I think acceptance is an opportunity to actually, exercise your vows, because when you take someone, I don't think what you liked or loved initially should actually sort of falter or change along the way, So acceptance is actually knowing that I've got a safe landing with you, and sometimes I know from a personal experience is if I know I won't get a soft landing, I don't try and land at all. I carry on flying, and sometimes I fly into nowhere and I end up crashing. So I think.
When did you crash, baby? Personal experience with me?
Yeah, a lot of times. No, but you want us to go honest.
Anyway, I think acceptance is like a two-way thing. I think everybody wants their partner to accept them like the way they are, Nobody wants to get into a relationship and having to walk on eggshells, because they're expected to be in some sort of way, or expected to act in a certain manner, So I think acceptance is like a two-way thing. I also want to be accepted the way I am, and you want to be accepted the way you are,
Yeah, but I think you're getting worried about the issue of me crashing. I don't mean I've had disasters. I mean there are certain issues that I haven't brought to your attention because of their discomfort.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean yesterday. It could be years back.
Okay. But now have you
blended? No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm blended. I'm fine now. I think we've reached a point of saturation now. I'd rather you have you angry because of what you had from me than not having had anything at all.
Yeah.
I think we are long past that stage of saying yo.
Yeah.
But you go through it. It's there. It happens. And it's part of self-discovery in the marriage.
Yeah. 100%. So we're not gonna go like A, B, and stuff. We're just gonna pick like letters which we had picked.
Is it an I or we? This sounds.
We
okay.
During the research, we're not gonna go A, B, C. You're just gonna pick like letters that we think like we wanted to talk about here. So we're gonna go for H. H is for help, and
define help. I think.
Pella, you must define help, like a female being in a partner. Okay, let's say a wife. A wife being in a life so that they can help you.
I think the whole definition of manhood bears so much responsibility just in itself, and we need to get to a point where women also encourage their men to want to be helped. I don't know if that makes sense. So for example, don't wait until you see that this issue is an issue or this responsibility is just a bit heavy. So if women just by themselves know that let me try and help, it takes away the whole provision, provide, protect, the whole thing. The whole responsibility sometimes becomes too heavy, but because it's so churned into us, it's so bolted into us that this is manhood. You have to. You don't even know how to get help or seek help or be helped. It's unfamiliar territory for a lot of guys, I know, So I think the help part is women should actually sort of help men want to be helped, give them that cushion, to say no, but I mean if this is too much, I can help with this, or I can take this away from you until you recover, but I think it also goes to the open dialogue. If there's no openness about the dialogue, it's difficult to tap into all these A to Z's of marriage, because the whole foundation thereof is communication.
Okay, and then H for women is like for humor. So So I don't know if you guys have noticed, even from the other video, that when I'm with this human here, I'm always giggling and I'm just always laughing. How boring it would be if you didn't make me laugh.
Yeah,
Like-
laughter is a medicine.
Yeah, you know, sometimes even makes the silliest jokes and does the silliest things, and just to make me laugh. So humor is really important as when it comes from your partner.
I think it's everything. If you actually, that's why sometimes you think some of the things me and my friends laugh at are absolutely silly. But I mean, it's everything. It's what helps us cope with challenges.
Yeah.
It's what connects us. I mean, if we see funny things, we'll phone each other at 10, 11 p.m. and say, did you see this, that, and the other, you know?
But we're not talking about friends.
I'm giving an example how important humor is.
But I'm not two friends, to me and you.
Yeah, I'm gonna share that with you.
Yeah, but don't involve me.
Heaven.
Okay, and then you're gonna move on to R. R is R for respect, and then R for romance.
I think you can start with the romance.
Okay, romance for me can be things that are done on a daily basis, but like made to be special. For example, maybe just giving me coffee, you know, before I wake up in the morning, and that's inexpensive. Coffee's in the house, and going outside and picking a flower and giving me the coffee with the flower, you know, that's very inexpensive, and it's something that's done every day, but then it's presented in a special way. So romance doesn't have to be like you fly me, you know, hire a helicopter so I can go buy bread.
No, even if we had the money for that, we wouldn't do it.
It's an example.
No, buy bread, we run to
But
those.
like I said, like romance is really, really important. You know, stiffness and how can I put this? In marriage, as the years go by, you know, I think stiffness tends to come, but romance keeps the flame going. So yes,
Sound like you've been married for 20 years. Like as the years go,
they're going, hey, they're going, babe. And then R is for respect.
That's a simple one for me. I think I always say it's not the what, but it's the how.
Oh.
It's a very simple one for me. Any form of interaction, be it through conflict, through any forms of expression, I think respect takes a precedence in the how, and I think that for me is just sums it up. It's not a, you know, the long and short of it is simply that it's the how. You know, the issue is taken on. So when you deal with the issue, you know, and because if you lose focus of the issue and deal with the person, by default, you know, the respect goes.
Yeah.
It just goes.
Yeah. And then we're gonna go to S, and then X for males is how important is sex to males, babe?
It's everything. It's everything. I think when we're stressed, when we're happy, for us it's not I think it's just like, you know, it's an antidote for everything. So it's very important. And personally, I think the more we keep active is the more the appetite increases. The running and gym and it just keeps the appetite high, you know. And we are young as well.
Yeah.
There's no expectation that the appetite would go down in the next 10 years or whatever. But it's crucial. And I think it's just the point of connection as well. You know, there's some form of connection that you get from that with your partner that
And
second to none. You know.
And then I read somewhere that unlike us, you know, women, you know, when it comes to affection, Tina, we're looking at affection in a different way. And then Nina, affection is like, for you, affection is sex. I mean, affection can be holding your hand, like sitting here and recording a video, that could be affection. You know, waking up in the morning and having a chat, that could be affection. Going out for breakfast, that could be affection. But like, I don't know if it's true. Like I said, I read somewhere that for males, affection, you associate affection with the sex. Is that true?
Yes and no. Yes, in that the intimacy is affection, and know that sex is not the only form of affection. You know, the holding of hands as well, it's important for us as well, you know. So but sometimes I think there's a disjoint between the lady's expectation of a display of affection, be it public or private, versus the other party's interpretation of affection. I think that the disjoint sometimes comes there, but I think yes and no to your question.
But I know you don't like holding hands. So.
I won't even now you are telling me, you're not asking me.
Amara, you don't.
Well,
when last did you hold my hand?
But doesn't mean I don't like it.
You.
You see?
Why would you?
No, but you see, you've made like conclusions.
Oh yeah, but
No.
actions speak louder than words.
No.
So you like holding hands? You just don't.
No. You see, before you got to all these conclusions, you should have asked me. The first point of do you like holding hands?
Okay, and then we're gonna go to V. So V is for virtuous women, and then V for me is vision.
What is virtuous woman?
Hardworking woman, an educated woman, financially responsible, moral and mental capacities high standards. That's a virtue. Like Musadi, that type of thing.
Okay. For the morals and mental capacity, I think there has to be a basis. Somebody must have their own definition of what is wrong and is right, what is good and what is not good. But in terms of the values and morals you share together, I think a lot of definitions and new definitions come in the marriage.
Yeah.
Versus what you actually had rigidly formed and said this is it.
Yeah.
Secondly, the education and financial responsibility. I think let's deal with education first. It's not necessarily the academia that one goes to university first. It's not only that, but
sorry, love, but education, remember, comes like in different forms.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the academia only that you go to school and get a document and say you spent 4 years and did this. But being able to hold conversation around current affairs, around sport, around health, just genuine, current affair discussions. I always say there's a difference between education, being educated, and being learned. Somebody who's learned can participate in every conversation.
Yeah.
So the education part for me is not merely
the only
engineering, because that's what we sort of went to, absorb as a form of study. But just talk about farming. Farming is a big interest for me. Bodybuilding is a big interest for me. So things like that.
Okay, but for you, like what is a virtuous woman? Like I said,
but what do you define as virtuous? What does Oxford say? I don't want to talk about things I don't know. What does Oxford say about being virtuous?
Like I said, baby, hardworking. Like, how can I say that? Like mutoko no ikemela, in a way. Like muto wana hore. No.
Is there a difference between being virtuous and being independent?
I think it's like the overlap.
Hey, one of the last courses deep overlap.
That's just deep. I think it will less optimization.
Yeah,
I guess optimization.
But virtuous, if we confine it and just confine it to the 3 subtopics that you said, being hardworking. I think ambition is sexy in a woman, as long as it doesn't become arrogance. Ambition is sexy. I don't think any man who loves their partner doesn't want to see their partner succeed, grow, progress, develop, advance, all those good things about life. I think the problem starts to come where all of that redefines the partner you had and changes that person for the worst. Yes, I think that's the only drawback that could come from it. But all in all, I think ambition is what draws ambitious people to men to ambitious women. They just want to see somebody who wants to be in life, just wants to be great in whatever. It could be polishing nails, it could be running an investment, corporate, it could be anything, but it's attractive to see someone who wants to be.
Yeah, I think it also follows for my view, which is vision. So one of the reasons why I really, really fell in love with this man here was
I don't know, but I think both.
But both there is and one.
They get you in trouble, because if you say was like you love is. But anyway.
Okay. At that time when I met him, he was 19, right? But he had a plan. He knew exactly where he was going, and he knew how he was gonna get there. So I guess but like he said, a woman with ambition is sexy. A man with a vision who knows where he's going is like top tier for me. So like even when my sisters like introduced their people to me, I asked them, the first thing I asked them is what is his vision? Does he know where he's going? I don't really understand men who like live only for now. Like what's gonna happen tomorrow? Where you're gonna be? Where you think you're gonna be 5 years from? Those type of conversations. So yeah, I think vision that's what I look for. Okay, not that's what I look for, but that's what I looked for.
Keep it coming. You are looking. Who am I to stop you? You are looking.
That's what I love. That's what I look for my sisters. Like when they introduce their boyfriends to me, I ask them like have conversations with them that will trigger them to sort of like tell me like what is their vision, where they're going, and what's gonna happen.
Okay, I need to caution you against that as well. Men don't like to feel that they're always in a Q&A session, especially when it pertains to relationships and the person asking is not the intended partner. So I think you should stimulate those kind of answers, but not make the people feel like that, You'd actually rather have your sister ask him, okay, since you're doing this and that with life, what do you see?
But baby, like I said, like I'm not gonna ask him where do you see yourself from 10 years from now. I'm going to sort of like
that's how I say stimulate.
Do it tactically. I do it tactically. Yeah, and sort of like have conversation that will lead me into understanding and sort of like getting into his mind and understanding his vision. I think it's really quite easy to see a person who's got a vision and a person who's just living for now.
I don't have an opinion.
You're my benchmark. All right, and then we're gonna go to I. I is for intelligence, but I think it speaks to the virtuous woman. And then I for me is intimacy, which I also thinks it speaks to. What was the one that we spoke about as well? Romance, yeah. Okay, so we'll go to the last one, which is F. F is for friendship for you, and then F is for foreplay for me.
I think that foreplay is more interesting.
Okay, foreplay for me is what happens during the day. That's foreplay for, okay, not for me. Let me just say for women. Foreplay for women.
You're brave. Speaking for women.
Yes, I'm speaking for women. Foreplay for me is what happens when we wake up until it's time for the deed. Like what happens during that time? Am I getting coffee in bed already? I'm turned on. That's foreplay for me. Are you gonna give me little winks during the day? Are you gonna send me nice texts telling me that you're thinking about me? That's foreplay for me. Even when we get home, let's say maybe we, under normal circumstances, not now lockdown, when we're coming back from work, maybe when I cook, maybe you chop some onions for me, chop some cucumber, whatever that I'm cooking for me, just helping me, asking me how was my day. That is foreplay.
Brussels sprouts,
Yeah, so
spring onion.
yeah, so when it gets to that time of the night or that time of the morning, whenever I shim, you write, you read, it's done. Foreplay for me. So that's foreplay for me.
Okay, so friendship for me, I think I don't have a lot of friends, so friendship is key for me, especially from you.
I don't have a lot of friends.
I know a lot of people. I know plenty people, but I'm talking about friends.
Mm-hmm.
So friendship from you is an extension, you know, it's like a higher order of the brotherhoods that I have. You know, it should be like always present. Like it goes back to the safe landing. I should just know.
Yeah.
Like I should just know, Wuti, like you got my back.
I think that's it goes both ways,
Like,
actually.
I think,
It goes both
and I think
ways.
that's what makes a lot of guys to know, Wuti, I've got a friend in my partner. You know, because a friend accepts you.
Yeah.
Even though they don't like certain things, but they realize, but this is him. Let me just let him be.
Yeah.
You know, yes, you'll raise a concern, you'll caution here and there, but you won't try to do a 360 on the person.
Yeah.
That friendship is about total transparent acceptance.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't see what you don't like or what you like. You should see the friendship. You know, here's a human being that adds value in my life. I need to be there. You know, the issue of seeking to understand rather than to be understood speaks to friendship. You know, to sometimes keep quiet and let the person speak, not interject and think you know what they're going to say. I know I, for one, if somebody does that, immediately I don't want to say it
Yeah.
anymore.
Immediately switch off.
Yeah, because I switch off. I mean, what's the point of saying you want to listen
Yeah.
and then you interject? So I think, and that's what I'm also trying to practice, so that as a friend I can keep quiet and listen. You know, but yeah, so it's about interest. I always say this thing of saying, can you make time for each other? No one makes time. Time can't be made. So friendship is about being part of each other's lives.
Yeah.
Find interest in what your friend likes or loves. That way you are part of their life, and no one has to make time for anything, because if you are part of each other's lives, by default you are going to share this that you do and like and seamlessly become part of each other's lives.
Yeah. I think you've spoken for both men and women. You know, usually when I go shopping, sometimes even in the fitting room, he's the one who helps me choose the dresses. Even for my hairstyles, you know, he's the one who normally helps me choose my hairstyles, because I know that he's got my back. I know that he's my friend, and I know that he's got my best. Is it my best interest at heart? Is it my best interest at heart?
Best interest at heart.
Doesn't sound right. Okay, but I know that he's got my best interest at heart. So I think friendship is not only important when it comes to males, but it's also important with females. I mean, even doing this video with me, you know, I'm the one who likes recording video, but since he's a friend of mine and he supports the things that I'm interested in, then here he is, being a good friend. That's it from us today. We don't have a game today. We should have actually planned a game.
No, but we said topics. This is just dialogue. No
so
game.
that means he's gonna come back.
Maybe.
So that we can play a game.
Maybe. After a long time. It takes a lot for me to be here.
I know it takes a lot for him to be here. I had to drag him out. Okay, let me not say where you were and what were you doing. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and then if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye.